Hello and welcome to this guided tour of Star Hearts Launch Point. This is a precision platformer with retro inspiration that's currently funding on Kickstarter. So I kind of wanted to show you what it's about in a brief run through and direct you towards their Kickstarter. So to give you a rough overview of the story of this game, you play as the main character here, Prin, who, from what I can tell from promotional information and the Kickstarter and what I've played through in the demo, is essentially attempting to liberate planets from invasive species. So the bosses at the end of each level and the species that you're fighting in each level are invasive species, and you're essentially attempting to help a native species who at the end of the level you are able to befriend and gain their movement abilities. To kind of show you some of those movement abilities, I'll do these menu, or this level, these levels, that, if you will. This is the movement ability that you start with in the demo. That essentially is what you would get at the end of the first level of the game. So the demo takes place right after the first level of the main game and gives you a better idea of what it's like. And this is the ability that you start with. So normally you have this jump, you can crouch, you can shoot. But with this ability from this guy, you can slide and you can dive kick. And you can jump into a dash. So you can see me over here jumping into the dash right there. You can slide under things. You can do a dive kick onto things. And every one of the suits, as far as I know, can shoot. But when you charge up the shoot, each ability has a different thing. So with this creature, it splits. And you can, upon hit, it splits into two different shots. And this is the first ability that you start with in the demo and after the first level of the game. So, as you can see, I made some mistakes there. There is a lot of precision platforming to this. It is difficult. I'm not super good at it. I got better as I played the demo, but not great still. You see those two stars up there? I can shoot with the split, and we have completed this little level. I did not do it very fast because I was trying to explain the abilities, but we'll run through it once more a little bit quicker to kind of show off maybe what it might look like in full motion, even though again I'm not going to do great at that. Oops, we were getting somewhere. But yeah, you have these cool dive kicks, slides. The movement feels really good. I do quite enjoy the feel of the movement. It's hard at first. I gotten better at it to tell where she's gonna kick to, but once you get better at it, it does get a little bit easier to use. At the end of the first level of the demo, you gain a second creature that I can show off to you here as well. This creature gains access to a couple of things. The first is a grappling hook. You can see me use the grappling hook there. And the second is the ability to grab onto walls, like this. So this creature moves entirely different than the last one. I mean, you just saw the last one. It does not feel the same at all. And the charge here, instead of being a split, is like a burst shot. It goes out like a shotgun blast. The grapple hook does do damage to things. And you can blast these three at the same time because of the ability. Oh, I didn't go onto the wall like I thought I was going to. But now that I've showed off those abilities, let's try to do this at speed. And I can show you maybe what it kind of looks like, again, with my limited abilities. And these are the first levels of their perspective sets, I guess. I pressed the wrong button, meant to grapple hook there. And just didn't do the right thing there. So you can do two grapple hooks, right? You can see that I used two in a row right there. But the first one has to be from standing or from sitting. If you use the first one from the air, like I did right there, it doesn't actually count as you're able to use two. The first one has to be from ground. and I'll maybe show that off in the next one. So like here, since I'm standing on the floor, I can use the grapple hook once, and it wouldn't let me use it again just because of where I was, but you can use it once and then you can use it again before landing. If you jump into the air first, you can use it once, and then if you try using it again, it just doesn't work. So there's interesting thoughts that you have to make with that. Have I used my grapple hook twice? Am I able to use my grapple hook in those locations? There's a lot of interesting movement and decisions to be made within the movement. But this only begins to scratch the surface of the movement, and I'm like, my brain is moving when I'm thinking about all this and how it's going to play in the main game. But look at this, okay? This is a level where you have access to both the grapple hook and the sliding person that I was talking about. So you're able to jump down and do that and do like a smash, but you're also able to then switch into the frog, or it's not a frog, but you switch into the grapple hook version. So I'll see if I can pull it off, but you'll watch me dive onto that star, bounce, switch and turn green, and then grapple hook away, if I can pull it off correctly. So you see there, you can see the slow when I change into a different creature. I dove right into those spikes. But overall, you can kind of get an idea on like the kind of movement that we might be seeing in the main game once perhaps all the creatures are in, because in the the map select we saw right there, there were 4. Why did I do that? There were 4 planets. So presumably 4 movement abilities, and you can see on the Kickstarter there actually are. They have different attributes to them. But before I keep embarrassing myself, let's move on and I'll show you what the main game is like, and then that's kind of where I'll wrap up. I have played this on stream, so I don't want to go too much into it. I kind of want to get you a taste of the game and what we have in the demo, and kind of direct you to the Kickstarter if you're interested, or to Steam to play the demo yourself. I don't want to spoil the whole demo for you. Let's see. So this is the level that is in the demo, and I'll be able to show you what I think is the coolest mechanic as far as these levels, which is the way that you actually get checkpoints. So you see over there the little green guy, he's eating the flower. That's the guy who gives you the grapple ability. I've already played this level on stream, and that's why I have access to that already. But here is a brief explanation, if you want to pause it, of the respawn system. I'll explain it to you right now. So you can see we just placed that respawn ourselves. It's on the floor, and at the top left we have that 9. That's how many respawn points we have access to. Each of these respawn points allows you to respawn 3 times, so if I just go throw my life away real quick for you guys, I'll respawn, and you'll see it turns yellow instead of green. That means I have 2 lives left out of that respawn point. And I'll demonstrate again by dying. Now it's red, I have 1 more respawn. And when we go back, there's nothing. It has exploded, and you can hear the classic retro "you're about to fucking die" sound beeping. At this point, at any point in the level, and you don't have to wait until there's no respawns on your respawn point left, you can just do it at any point. You have access to pressing shift on the keyboard, which drops another respawn point, right? So now I've chosen that's my next respawn point. That's where I'm going next when I die. And those 9 respawn points with 3 each, with 3 lives each, are the only lives you get in the level. You do get 1 free one when you start the boss fight. But so it's essentially 9 respawn points that you can drop, 1 at the boss fight and 1 at the beginning of the level. Now why did I do all that? And once you get into the boss fight, if you don't have any respawn points left, you only get those 3 lives to try to beat the boss. And in my experience when I was doing that, didn't go so hot, and I lost the boss to that. Just not having enough lives. But if you get to the boss and you haven't used all your respawn points, you can drop as many as you want in that fight. If you go without using any, presumably, you could just drop them all in the boss fight. But there is this interesting, game to, how far am I in the level? Like right here, I died a couple of times. there's an alternate path that's easier to use. But let's say there wasn't, that was the only way you could go through. I still have another respawn, it's not that far of a walk, I know I can get past that little spike pit without dying. You know, maybe I don't want to put a respawn point here, let's give it another try. And I fucked up, right? So now I'm on no lives left. If I die here, I'm dead. So now you're gonna want to place another respawn point, because if you die, the level's over. You go back to mission base, it's done. Oops. And see, if I had not placed that respawn point right there, it would have been over. I'm trying to do interesting movement to kind of show it off, but I should maybe not do all that. I don't want to show you guys the whole level, because again, I want you to be able to enjoy the demo yourself if it looks like something you're interested in. The demo is available on Steam, and I'll link that and the Kickstarter both in the description. But you can see stuff like that bounce that I just did. The movement in this game, once you start getting used to it, and I wasn't used to it at first, obviously, but once you start getting used to it, it makes you feel really powerful. I'm not normally great at these kind of games and able to pull off a lot of fun stuff like that, but the game is built in a way that the mechanics made sense to me, and I was able to start doing some more crazy movement stuff. Now you see, I did just get my shit pushed in, and we are going to die here. I'll show you a little more of this level, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I die. Wait, but at this rate, I might do it on accident. I might just accidentally show you what death looks like because I'm not performing super hot. But again, I'm just really trying to show you the systems of the game, what the game's like, so that you can experience the demo on your own. I really think this game is going to be something special once it's fully out. I feel like it's something special now. I'm really enjoying the movement, the character, the pixel art, the music. Everything about this game feels just awesome to me. And I can't wait to see more of this game. Now, one thing that I do want to let you know about is on their Kickstarter, you have the basic, $15 tier, which is like just buying the game. But there is a $60 tier that essentially gives you access to, I believe it's monthly beta builds or in development builds of the game. And you are able to, from there, join the Discord where they'll give you a special role and actually give the devs feedback on the game based on their dev build that you've played that month, and actually have a hand in helping them develop the feel of the game, and give them your feedback, which I think is a really cool Kickstarter tier, and I think is something you guys might want to look into if you're interested in this game. It's a cool experience to have that direct interaction with the dev and be able to give them your feedback and help shape the game into the best possible player experience for you. And of course, the better the player experience, the better for the devs as well. So it's kind of a cool win-win. Players get to play the game early. They get feedback on the game feel. I think that's a really awesome Kickstarter tier. So you can see as we're going through this level, I've gotten pretty far. I didn't die in that last stretch, but it's a pretty difficult looking stretch. I could have definitely died, so maybe I'll drop my respawn point here. But I think this is where I'll let you see the rest of the level yourself. Maybe I had some bad mistakes, I died, and you'll see, even though I have 2 respawn points left, if I get to that last spot and the respawner breaks, boom, it's gone. If I die again, that's it. You're back to the main menu, or not the main menu, but the ship. You're done with the level, you have to start it over from the beginning. And you have to see, have you noticed how you explode? Yeah, what's up with that? You're a teenager. They're unstable by nature. Or a teen, I guess. Thanks. Yep, this just, teenagers explode because of how unstable they are. Just how it is. But yeah, that's Star Hearts launch point. I think this game it has a lot of potential. Coming into this Kickstarter, this is actually their second time kickstarting it. They actually failed the first time around. and they're going in and hoping they're able to succeed this time. It's their push for that that Kickstarter help so they can actually get this game fully made. This, you know, you can tell even by looking at the pixel art and the music and just the feel of everything in this game that there is so much love put into this, and they're just hoping they're able to get that Kickstarter funding so they can make it as great as it can be and get it into as many hands as they can as far as like ports and localization and things like that. And I think that, you know, that's such an awesome thing, and I'm really hoping they get this Kickstarter funded. It does look like they're on a good track, and I'm hoping for them. Hopefully, you know, you see this and you go to that Kickstarter, you look at those tiers, maybe you're interested, and yeah, I would definitely, if you've even had any interest in this, at the very least, go to Steam, get that demo, try it out, and then if you enjoy it, go help them out on Kickstarter. I really hope you guys enjoyed this quick guided tour of the game, and I'll see you guys next time with more games, more indie games, and as always, eat some trash, do some science for me, and I will see you guys soon.